God always has a plan. He just doesn't tell us what it is. That's what I kept telling myself through this whole ordeal was, there's a plan, I just don't know what it is. My ex-boyfriend, in January, he assaulted me. I was really scared. I thought I was going to die. I called the Mountain Research Center and said, I don't know what to do. I need to get out of here really fast. So they referred me to EChO. I drove over here and I met with Susie and I just told her what was going on, and she said, okay, well, here's how we could get started.
That's awesome.
She told me about signing up for housing assistance. They then told me that there's a shelter in Evergreen, so I came to the shelter in Evergreen. It was just nice to know that, okay, I'm safe here, nothing's gonna happen to me, and I have a place to sleep, and tomorrow I'll start over. Every night I'd go to bed and say, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna start over. I can understand how people give up, because I could not see a way out of that whole situation. Sorry, I would sit in my car and cry because I did not know how to be a homeless person. I mean, at least I had a place to stay. Like to think you can take care of yourself, but I had zero money. Everything I had left after going through all this stuff and not being able to work, and then my car died. I just started calling used car lots in Lakewood and saying, this is my situation. If I have a car, I can work. So about the 6th or 7th place I called, and he said, you know, you don't have bad credit. You should just go to CarMax. I'm thinking, I'm living in a homeless shelter and I can't work. CarMax isn't going to give me any credit. So I hung up the phone and I called CarMax. She said, oh, you're approved. She said, $1,000 down payment. So I went, I said, you're kidding. Then I had like 3 weeks or something to come up with a down payment with no way to make money. I was scraping every nickel. And then Susie, I don't know how she did it exactly, but she got someone to donate the down payment. And it all like came together. And one day she drove me down to CarMax in Golden with a check from EChO. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry again. And they said, okay, you wanna take it for a test drive? And I said, no, I just want the car. I don't care. I don't care. I want it. That same week, I found out my name, I was accepted. My name was on a waiting list for an apartment. So I picked up the car one day and signed the lease the next day. It was like, oh my goodness, everything just happened all at once. I felt like I had somebody on my side, you know. I felt like, oh, you know, okay, this was a good move. And somebody's on my team. That's how I felt. Then the food pantry was just a bonus. that was really nice to be able to not have to worry about buying food. Tim gave me this little pep talk and he said, now, don't buy food. He said, you're gonna have lots of things you need to spend your money on. We'll feed you. And then when I moved in, Susie brought me like 4 giant bags of groceries. So I'm not worried about going hungry, which is great. It gives me an opportunity to, you know, put my money into getting everything else back in order. She emailed me and said, what do you need? And I said, pretty much everything. She brought me a really nice chair, and she brought this big dresser. Oh, and they brought me a bed, which was awesome because I was going to sleep on yoga mats. And then she brought me stuff that I hadn't even thought about, like toilet paper and toothpaste, dish soap, paper towels. It feels pretty good to be a normal grown-up again.
Okay, and 25% off?
Yes. The first night I was there alone, I was sitting in that chair, and I just started crying. I sent her an email and I said, I really appreciate your help.
My favorite part about EChO is how it helps the community.
If I hadn't have had help, I don't know what would have happened because it was really, really hard.
Working for EChO is an opportunity to be working for God, because we're doing God's work to help the public and everyone that comes to us for help.
I don't think most people realize how much EChO does to help people and to change lives, and I don't think they realize how many people they help. in so many different ways. I was just looking for help getting out of a dangerous situation. And I ended up with a place to sleep. I was fed, and I got help getting my transportation figured out and getting into an apartment. It takes a whole community to make an organization like this work. Without EChO, I wouldn't have been able to pull out of this. I really don't think. I wouldn't have known where to go. Yeah, you guys make things a lot better for a lot of people. You guys are miracle workers. Yeah, there's some miracles going on here.